In this week's episode of Working with Work, I want to tell you you have a lot more control over your life than you think. Hello and welcome to episode 34 of my Working with Work series. My name is Carl Pauline and today I want to cover a topic that I see a lot of people stressing themselves over, and they often tell me I don't have a choice. And the thing I really want to stress to you today is, of course you have a choice. You always have a choice. The work that you're doing today, if you hate it, you can leave that job. Now, of course, there are other considerations. If you're married with children and you need the income, then of course you need to work. But you're not necessarily having to work in the job that you're working in today. And you can take steps to change it. And if I take a job that you really hate, or working for a boss that you really hate, you have a choice. You have the power to be able to ask for a transfer if you don't want to leave your company. You have the power to start looking for another job in another company. You always have a choice. Let's move on to another one, which would be, let's say you don't like living in the neighborhood you live in today. A lot of people don't. You have a choice. You don't have to live in that neighborhood. You can always move house. Now, the thing about all these things are, it isn't as simple as saying, right, let's move house tomorrow. Of course not. Let's change my job tomorrow. That's it. I'm not going to do this job anymore. It's never that simple. But the choice I'm talking about is you always have a choice about re-educating yourself. You can enroll in an online course. My Time and Life Mastery course is a good example. I think it's the best course I've ever done. Hint, hint. But also, more importantly, joking aside, you always have a choice. Let's say you want to move to another neighborhood, let's say a nicer neighborhood. Maybe you want to move into a bigger house because you've got children that are growing up now and the current house you live in is too small. Then what you need to do is you need to look at your financial situation. You need to see how much money you have saved, how much equity you have in your property, and also how much you can afford a month, say, on a mortgage. But these are steps that you can take. Those are kind of the first steps you can take. If you need to save up more money, it might take you 1 year, it might take you 2 years, it might even take you 5 years. But you always have a choice. One of the things that I've been experimenting with this year is if I reduce one Starbucks cappuccino per day, and instead of using that $5, which is roughly what it is here in Korea, I put that $5 into the bank at the end of the week, so that's $25 a week. How much money would I have at the end of the year? I calculated that I'd earn over $1,500 I would save, that I could just put into a savings account. At the end of the year, I could invest that in a company. I could triple my money, possibly, who knows? But hey, there's always a choice. I choose whether to have that Starbucks coffee or not. I choose whether to give that $5 to Starbucks so they can put it in their bank, or I can put that $5 into my bank. It's my choice, entirely up to me. And this is the thing that I really want to get over to you. A lot of people think that you don't have a choice in many aspects of your life, but the reality is you do have a choice. And that's where this links to productivity and links to self-improvement. Because what you need to do is, if you want to change something in your life, you need to sit down with a pen and piece of paper, or if you're a digitally minded person, then maybe you need to sit down with your computer and just list out all the things that you can do that would change that part of your life for you. You always have that opportunity to change your life. And that is something that I really, really want you to truly understand at this point. Now, to change your life is not easy, I know. We get stuck in routines, we have commitments to other people that we have to fulfill, or we feel we have to fulfill. But once again, you still have a choice whether you fulfill them or not. Let's say that you're on some kind of local community committee and you feel every Tuesday night you have to go to a committee meeting. Well, the truth is you don't. You can always resign from that committee if you wish. You always have that choice. And if you'd prefer to do something else on a Tuesday night, like go to your local community college and study accountancy, then do that. That is your choice. That is going to help you to improve your life. And these are the things that you need to think about. What can you change about your life that you're not happy with today? Write it down on a piece of paper or write it out, type it in digitally, and then list all the things that you can do to change that part. What you will find is some of those tasks you might not be able to do for a year or two because of a particular situation, but you will be able to do them in a certain time. Other tasks you can start doing today. For example, you can start researching courses that you can take at your local community college, or you can start looking at other neighborhoods that you might want to live in and find out how much the average property prices are. Or you can go to your HR department and find out what other jobs that you could do within your company, or you can start searching for another job. You always have all these options open to you, and you only need to start taking action. Again, it always comes back to that action, but it does still come back to Pact: patience, action, consistency, and time. And that's really where the driving force comes from if you want to make a change in your life. You first need to identify what you want to change. That obviously is crucial. But then you need to identify the things that you can do right now to start that process rolling. There are other things that you obviously cannot do right now, which if I was you, I would just put to one side for now. Focus in on the simple things that you can do that can start that change happening. That's what really does work. If you apply the principles of Pact, patience, action, consistency, and time to anything that you want to change, you will be able to make some seriously big changes in your life. It's never easy, and I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that any of this is easy. But the first thing that happens is you need to make a decision, you need to make a choice about change and that you want to change, and then figure out what you need to do to make that change happen. It really is that simple. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that it's easy, but it is, the process itself is very simple. You need to make that decision. And that's really what I want to tell you about today is you have a lot more choice about the direction your life is going in than you actually think. Okay guys, before we finish today, I really want to stress to you that there is now only, I think, 3 days left of the early bird discount on my time and life management course. If you haven't enrolled yet, please grab that chance now. 25% is a big discount. And remember guys, this course, once you've enrolled, you can start it at any time you like, and you're enrolled for life. You're never going to have to pay again. You just pay that one time. And I am going to be updating this course every 3 to 5 months with new stuff that's going to help you even more to get more control over your life and your time. So don't forget guys, if you haven't enrolled yet, please enroll in that course. The original price is $40, but the early bird discount gives you it for $30. Please go in and enroll. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. And also, once you're enrolled in that course, you can ask me any questions at any time and I will always respond. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, don't forget to click on the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week.